Yes guys, we are back again filming. Today is all about my food and my nutrition. As you know, I eat quite excessively. Most of us bodybuilders eat a lot of food, but my intake is super high compared to the standard person. Today is a training day as well, so you'll see everything I consume, all the food preparation, and you'll see that I spend most of my time prepping food and eating food. A normal day for me is about 7,500 calories, plus we've got a refeed in there, so we're probably going to be touching nearly 10,000 calories, but I'll also run through all the sort of supplements and all the things that I have to do to make sure I can digest this food as efficiently as possible. Oats for breakfast, gluten-free. I avoid gluten at all costs. It definitely plays havoc with my digestion, so everything I eat today is gluten-free. So you can't get your hands in the tub. Daily from ESN, collagen products with some creatine and some minerals in there, and the athlete stack. This is like your all-in-one multi-vit, multi-mineral. This is in a powder form, it's a bit easier to get down. It tastes good. Favorite meal of the day, love breakfast. Always wake up super hungry. So we've got 200 grams of oats, 20 grams of nut butter, 100 grams of blueberries, 50 grams of isolate, ESN iso whey, a little bit of cinnamon. We've got ginger and lemon tea. Here we've got all your multi-vit, multi-mineral in a powder form, and all my tablets here, everything that's going to help with digestion, including all your standard vitamins, magnesium, zinc, omega-3, vitamin C, vitamin D3, curcumin, digestive enzymes, betaine HCl, all sorts of things in there, just to make sure health is on point. And for me specifically, digestion is where it needs to be. So we have digestive enzymes, pre and probiotics in there as well, or to make sure this food goes down as easily and efficiently as possible. You'll see today with my food as well, obviously this tastes great because you've got the iso whey, which tastes incredible, but I don't add anything to my food, seasoning, flavouring, other than some Himalayan pink salt. Everything is just bland and as it comes. Yeah, I don't feel the need to. I don't have any sort of relationship with food. Most people look to food as sort of a comfort thing, as an enjoyment thing. I've done this for so long now. I have zero relationship with food. It is there to serve a purpose. I've got a big appetite, which is great because I have to eat a lot of food, but I'm not fussed about what it looks like or what it tastes like. Meal one done. There's going to be 7 meals throughout the day. Each meal is just over 1,000 calories, so that was about 1,200 calories. Carbs were about 150 grams. Protein was 60 grams, and obviously there's some fats in there from the peanut butter. So in 2 hours time, we will do it all again with meal 2, and then we will hit the gym. Meal 2, which is actually going to be the pre-workout meal. So we have chicken breast, jasmine rice in the rice cooker, and we'll have some peanut butter with it as well. Normally I would do all of my food prep first thing in the morning, but for the courtesy of the YouTube, I'm going to cook the meals one by one, just so I can explain each and every meal as we go. So we've got 250 grams of chicken, 150 grams of jasmine rice, 30 grams of peanut butter, and we'll add 2 to 3 grams of pink salt as it's pre-workout. Get the sodium in there, help with the pump. I'm a air fryer kind of guy, so the chicken and the steak mince all goes in the air fryer, the rice in the rice cooker, 20 minutes, job done. Mixing up the intra-workout, cyclodextrin. Love this product from ESN. Pretty much 100% carbs. So I'm gonna have 75 grams of this, which will give me about 75 grams of carbs, probably an extra 300 calories. I'll drink that during my training, digests incredibly well. You just add it to your water and you don't even know it's there. So I'll do 75 grams of this, along with 20 grams of essential aminos, 20 grams of glutamine. Just an easy way to bump up my carbs, because obviously with the volume of food I eat, I want to do everything I can to get as many calories in with as little volume as possible. So this is the perfect supplement. Chicken rice pre-training. I'll have another chicken and rice later. And then we have steak and rice a couple of times. Put some fats in there as well, the peanut butter. Pre-training, I like some extra fats in pre-training. I think it just helps a little bit throughout my workout. And yeah, try to keep the calories a little bit higher, sort of pre and post. The calories are slightly higher, and the breakfast meal as well are slightly higher. Every meal is in excess of 1,000 calories. So just a little bit extra added fats in the pre-training there. Meal 2 done. That's the pre-workout meal done and dusted. So we'll let that settle for about 30 minutes, and then we'll head to the gym. 150 grams of jasmine rice. That's just about 110 grams of carbs, 250 grams of chicken in there. So again, we've got about 50-60 grams of protein, and I've also put 20 grams of peanut butter. So there's some good fats in there. So we're looking at about 1,200 calories for that meal, alongside the 1,200 calories we had at breakfast. So it's only 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're already, 2,500 calories into the day. So for now, let that digest. Hit the gym, big back session, and then we continue eating to grow. Workout done. Pull session today, lat focused. Chucked a couple bicep movements in at the end. Solid session. So now it's time for the post-workout meal. ESN's rice pudding. Obviously a lot of people use cream of rice. This stuff, in my opinion, is so much better. Doesn't volumize quite so much, the texture's better, doesn't taste artificial. And I'm gonna have 200 grams of this alongside 30 grams of Manuka honey. So it's gonna give me 200 grams of carbs in a relatively small volume. We'll stick 60 grams of isolate in there. And I use these with most of my meals, which are the digestive enzymes. Obviously need to stay on top of digestion, so I'll utilize them. A little bit of cinnamon. Trust me, 200 grams of carbs, over 1,000 calories, goes down 2 minutes. Honey, only the best. Manuka honey. It's all about as much food with as little volume as with me. Hence why we utilise Manuka honey, peanut butter, this type of rice pudding. Obviously you're going to get a fair amount of volume with the amount of calories I eat, but if we can limit that as much as possible, going to give me better sort of midsection control, not going to feel bloated and uncomfortable all the time. I find that in the past when I push food too much, it actually affects my training because you're constantly bloated. Food's not digesting quite so well, so your workouts are not as sufficient. At the moment, I'm 7,500 calories, about an hour and a half after each meal, I'm then hungry again and I'm ready to eat. So this volume of food is is not a problem. Appetite is still high eating this amount of food, which is exactly where we want to be and where we want to stay, ideally. Meal number 4. So we had a post-workout meal. Now this is the meal after the post-workout meal. Just standard, 250 grams of chicken, 150 grams of jasmine rice, 2 grams of pink salt, just shy of 1,000 calories this one. It's about 110 grams of carbs, 60 grams of protein, pretty basic, nothing added to it. But after the cream of rice, this one sits really, really well. So yeah, meal number 4. So alongside that, water obviously. About 8 litres daily. I don't monitor it as such, but I just drink adequately throughout the day, and it equates to, at the moment, about 8 litres, which, as we know, is so important for so many things. But I always make sure I keep that super high. As soon as that drops off, I don't feel great. So fluid intake is always super high. Meal 5 going down. I've just cooked up 250 grams of steak mince, 150 grams of rice. Now when I say this, everything's uncooked. So this is not cooked weight, everything is uncooked. I've always done things uncooked. So obviously 150 grams of jasmine rice would make more than double, and maybe nearly 400 grams of rice once it's cooked. I've just cooked that up. Just added 10 grams, some extra virgin olive oil as well, just for some extra fats without any volume. And I'll chuck some pink salt in it. And that is meal 5. Again, that's over 1,000 calories, 110 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, and about 15 grams of fat. Obviously it looks appetizing. It's not about what it looks like or what it tastes like. It's about what it's given you. Also, because I'm cooking each meal, I'm eating everything on a plate. Where I am a man that eats all my 7 meals, normally out of Tupperware. Even on these burger days, I still like to stay away from the gluten and the dairy, just because it throws my digestion off like the following day. Not so much eating it. I'm not allergic to gluten or dairy, but I do have sort of an intolerance to it.
Yeah.
So even on the burger and fries, I'd much rather make it myself, because then I can get everything gluten free. Even the cheese is dairy free. So just when I wake up the following day, my digestion is not shot, because I've then got to still eat, 7,000 to 8,000 calories on the following day, and I don't want that to be affected by GI stress. Yeah, so we'll do like a smash patty burger with the beef mince. About 4 of these. It's like 500 grams of beef mince. It's about 20-25% fat. So we'll just chuck them in the pan, along with some gluten-free buns and some lactose-free cheese. Now 10 p.m, 6 meals down, and we're on to the 7th meal, which is very similar to breakfast. So we've got 200 grams gluten-free oats, We're going to chuck some peanut butter in there, 30 grams of peanut butter. We're going to chuck 100 grams of blueberries, and obviously the good old whey isolate. So over the course of today, we have hit, including obviously the burgers, we have hit now just shy of 10,000 calories. This is not a food challenge. This is just my daily intake. I don't have the burgers every day, but even without the burgers, we're hitting sort of 7,500 calories, about 1,400 grams of carbs. So there's a lot of food. Obviously, I do my best to stay on top of digestion with that. All the foods I utilize and I eat are foods that digest well with me. Obviously no gluten in there, no dairy in there. Anything that's going to trigger any sort of GI stress I stay away from. But that is a day in the life of my food. We are still only early into this push phase, so the 7,500 calories without the refeed meal might go up over the next few weeks. But I'm a man that also, when I diet, I don't diet on anything less than 5,500 to 6,000 calories. So naturally, I need a lot of food. But that is what we do. We eat, sleep, train, and repeat.